Fox News host Laura Ingraham is just about sick and tired of hearing Donald Trump whine and cry about losing the 2020 election, so she offered her advice to him this week during her program. Get over it. It is over. Here is what Laura Ingraham said, among many other things that I will also get to, but she said, quote, "If I were Trump and running his campaign, I'd strongly urge him to stop talking about 2020. It's over. Enough. Marinating in old claims of fraud will not win over a single voter in any state that he needs to win in 2024, and it gives DeSantis an opening to say, why take a chance on a guy who just complained after the fact about early voting and ballot harvesting instead of beating Biden on both fronts?" Now, before I get into the rest of her advice to Donald Trump, I got to say, that's a good point. He's not going to win over a single person who doesn't already support him by nonstop whining about 2020. That much should be obvious to Donald Trump, but he's also a sore loser. He hates President Biden with a passion, and he can't let that part of his ego move on. I've said it a million times, I'll say it again. Until the day he dies, Donald Trump will continue to whine about the 2020 election. That is who he is. That is what he is going to do as long as he has the ability to speak or type. So that's never going away. Put that thought out of your head. He's going to whine forever because he's a whiner. Now, the rest of this, also pretty straightforward. She says that Trump needs to, quote, explain how you'll rebuild the economy, reassure voters that you can win, run against the Democrats, not the media, talk less about yourself, more about the American people. All things that, by the way, are totally never going to happen. And run against the Democrats, not the media. We all know the press is biased. Newsflash, don't dwell on it, deal with it. Maybe, just maybe, drop the nicknames and the petty personal stuff. Now, technically, that's all actually good advice. However, Donald Trump will do none of those things. He's not going to talk about his plans for the economy because he has no plans for the economy. A second term of Donald Trump is going to be his revenge tour, and all he's going to do is take out his grievances against the people he believes slighted him in the past. So he's not worried about the economy because he's not going to do anything about it. As for dropping the nicknames and the petty stuff, that's literally never going to happen. Put that thought out of your head, Laura. And then, of course, the press is biased. We know it. Really? You're just going to drop that claim and not expound upon the fact that you are sitting there literally giving campaign advice to the Republican frontrunner? Like, yeah, the press is biased, and it's mostly because of people like you. You're literally giving him unsolicited campaign advice so that he can win. And you're going to whine about the press being biased. Yeah, that's real smart. But I think there's a bigger reason why Laura Ingraham, of course, is encouraging Trump to move on from 2020. And I think it has everything to do with the fact that Laura Ingraham, her network that she works for, is being sued for over $3 billion combined in two separate defamation lawsuits for spreading lies about the 2020 election. And I'm still to this day flabbergasted that Donald Trump himself has not been added to those lawsuits. And you got Fox News, you got Mike Lindell, you got Newsmax, you've got Sidney Powell, you've got all these people, Rudy Giuliani, being sued for it, but not Trump. Like, kind of seems like Dominion and Smartmatic, y'all are missing the biggest liar. And he ought to be added to those lawsuits. Maybe you're going to do it after the fact. I don't know. I think you should. But Laura, if you're thinking Trump is going to listen to any of your advice, you're absolutely kidding yourself. Because the things you want him to do all run counter to who he is as a person. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.